Tiri was small, even for a Yurtali cub, all aquamarine fuzz, bright eyes, and endless curiosity. On her moonlit home, she was supposed to stay in her learning hall like every other hatchling. But curiosity had its own gravity, and today it pulled her toward the landing docks, where human ships rested like sleeping metal beasts. She wiggled through a service grate, giggling in her click chatter, and found a cargo bay door cracked open. Just one peek, she promised herself. One peek into the big metal world of aliens. The hatch sealed behind her with a soft THOM. She froze. Engines hummed. Tiri clung to the deck as the sudden tremor of liftoff shook the crates around her. The human vessel Earth Trader 09 launched into space. By the time Tiri tumbled out of a crate of soft pillows, the ship was already in hyperspace, streaking between stars. Footsteps clanged. A human rounded the corner. Engineer Marla Reyes spotted her, gasped, and yelped loud enough to scare the fur off the cub. Tiri puffed into a spiky ball, squeaking and clicking fearfully. And Marla blinked, then melted into a smile. "Oh, stars," she breathed. "You're adorable." Tiri didn't understand the words, but she understood the tone, the warm one that parents used. Marla scooped her up gently, wrapped her trembling body in a work coat, and reported to the captain, "I found something, maybe a pet or a science project." Captain DeSoto sighed through the cum. "Fine. Keep it safe. We are not spacing any tiny critters today." Tiri needed more than safety. Her metabolism was hungry fast, and soon her tiny stomach growled louder than the ship engines. Marla tried everything she could find. Ration bricks, synth protein, and a neon gummy worm she swore was safe for most carbon-based life. Tiri gagged dramatically at each one. Desperate, Marla carried her to the galley. That's when Tiri smelled. A toast of warmth, baked air, faint sweetness. She followed her nose, pounced on a round golden ring of bread, and tore into it with joyous squeaks. Marla blinked. "A bagel? You like bagels? We've got a cupboard full." After that bagel, everything changed. Fear softened into trust. Tiri perched on Marla's shoulder like a fuzzy badge of honor, chirped at every blinking console, and rode around the ship like a queen with her giant servants. The humans doted on her. She chirped and cuddled back. Bagels were language enough. Halfway to Earth, the ship lurched violently. Sparks flew, alarms wailed, and every human staggered as a gravitic flare slammed into them. Guidance burned out. They drifted. Sensors pinged a worse truth. The flare was artificial fired from Yurtali defense batteries. The systems had recognized their missing cub and locked onto the traitor. To them, a human ship near their space could only be an invader, a kidnapper. Captain DeSoto stood firm even as warnings screamed. "We don't abandon a kid," he growled. Alien or otherwise, the traitor limped back toward Yurtali. Under unwanted escort, when they entered orbit, an entire fleet surrounded them, every cannon ready to fire. Marla pushed through crew, clutching Tiri close, and brought her to the front viewport. A giant screen lit up. Yurtali generals stared, back stern, spined, and armed for war. Tiri squealed in joy, wriggled free, and ran toward the communication console. Her frantic chirps filled the air. Nonsense to humans and pure meaning to her people. Her parents recognized her instantly, but relief vanished when the admiral barked the law. Humans in Yurtali space were classified as trespass predators. Punishment was destruction. The traitor bucked as targeting systems locked on, before anyone could stop her. Tiri hopped onto the console and slammed down her secret weapon, a bagel. She pressed it to the screen, chirping wildly. Her little claws left crumbs. Her meaning rang louder than plasma fire. These giants fed me. They protected me. I am theirs, and they are mine. The teleculture was clear and ancient. To feed the helpless was an act of kinship. To nourish a child not your own made you family. The admirals froze. Every spine relaxed. Slowly, the warships powered down. "We misjudged your species," the board leader said at last. "Any who feed a lost cub are welcome in our skies." In the days that followed, humans and Yurtali representatives met face to face, not as enemies, but as caretakers. of a shared cub. Both sides agreed on a simple promise. No one would leave a child of any species behind again. They called it the Bagel Accord. When it was time to say goodbye, the trader docked gently. Marla carried Teary down the ramp, sniffling through a smile. Teary licked her cheek with a tiny sandpaper tongue and chirped, "Thank you." She didn't leave empty-handed. Humans gifted 2 full crates of bagels, enough to become legend at her school. Her classmates devoured them, squeaking in delight. And suddenly Earth cuisine became a sensation across the moonlit. Soon, rumors spread far beyond your taily space. Humans, travelers whispered, were strange giants who adopted strays, wrote new laws for kindness, and baked round bread that tasted like hope. And somewhere among the stars, a tiny cub remembered her time aboard a clanking cargo ship, warm coats, sudden family, endless laughter, and the treat that saved 2 worlds. Bagels. And the humans who shared them?